Hello and welcome back to another episode of our Should You Visit series, and today we're going to be talking about Perth.
Perth is the fourth largest city in Australia and is situated in Western Australia. Perth is known for its hot and sunny climate and also home to some of the best beaches in Australia. We would know it's very beautiful.
So as always, we're going to start off with speaking about our experience in that place, and we spent 9 months living in Perth. It was probably our best time in Australia, wouldn't you say?
100%.
It was definitely our favourite place that we've been, or that we lived in at least. And yeah, we spent 9 months there and it was pretty amazing, to be honest.
It was amazing. So we first arrived to Perth in June, which is winter, and we were quite lucky because people think of winter and think, oh my god, there's like no opportunities. I was really lucky because my job that I was in Adelaide, I got transferred over to Perth, so I was already set up in that aspect. Luke managed to get a job within the first week, which was really good. It really set you up. We also found a house within the first week as well, which was really in a great location. Yeah. The one thing that we did struggle with was finding our own place, but we were going for 6-month contracts, not a year. But it all worked out perfectly in the end with the house situation.
Yeah.
Perth was just, I think because everything went so smoothly in Perth, it just made the whole experience so much better. It's definitely one of the most beautiful cities we've lived in Australia, I think.
I'd say it's definitely the best. It helps that the weather is amazing the whole year.
It must have rained about in the 9 months around.
It rained a bit in the winter.
Yeah, but then as soon as winter was over.
Yeah, it must have rained twice in like a 4 or 5 month period, which was crazy.
It was amazing.
It was so hot, but it's like a dry heat, so you're not sweating too much.
And I do think our situation, what we like to do, we don't like to follow the crowds. So that's why we went to Adelaide, and then we did the same with Perth, because not a lot of backpackers would go to Perth. They all go to Sydney, Melbourne or Brisbane.
I think more are going to Perth now.
But so many people are going to Perth now, which, if you watched our last video we did on Perth, which absolutely blew up, didn't it?
Yeah, it's our most viewed video.
We spoke about how we think Perth is an evolving city. It's only going to get bigger and better. There's a lot of comments that said, stop making videos like these because we don't want people in Perth.
Oh, yeah.
Which I understand, I do understand. Perth's definitely got our heart.
Yeah.
We loved it so much.
And yeah, we've got 1 more year to do in Australia, and we're pretty set on going back to Perth because it's the only place where we can see ourselves actually living for a long time.
It's just got everything that you need. Yeah. If you are a chilled out person with a chilled out lifestyle, I think it's a great place to be.
A bit warm. As usual, we're going to go through some of the most popular things that you can do in Perth if you're visiting or living there. So starting off with the beaches. As we said, these are probably the best beaches that we saw in Australia, definitely out of the cities. And there's so many amazing beaches to choose from. And the best thing is they're literally like a 20-minute train from the city. The closest ones are about a 20-minute train. You can get a bus. A few of the popular ones are Cottesloe, Scarborough, City Beach and Mosman Beach. Scarborough is your main one for bars and restaurants. That's probably the busiest beach. Cottesloe is a bit more chilled out.
Yeah, and they've got a net.
Cottesloe Beach was probably my favourite because it was a good vibe. It was busy, but it wasn't crazy.
I like Cottesloe.
Cottesloe was nice. Scarborough it's a lot busier, a lot more touristy, but it's good if you want restaurants and bars.
Because they've got like night markets and stuff in Scarborough. The Sunset Market.
Sunset Markets, yeah.
Which is really good to go to as well. I miss Perth.
We really miss it, especially being in New Zealand at the minute because it's a bit wet and cold.
So the next one was one of my favourite destinations to run, and that's Kings Park, which is their botanical gardens. Hands on my heart, I've been to pretty much all of them.
All of them, yeah.
Yeah, all of the botanical gardens in Australia, and Perth has got the best botanical gardens, by far. 100% the best. It's so beautiful. It looks out the whole city. It's huge. Yeah. There's a cafe, you can have barbecues up there.
We did sunrise, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We watched the sunrise from there. It's just beautiful. Really is nice. So if you do go to Perth, definitely check out their botanical gardens because people in summer, it is blooming, isn't it?
Yeah. It's so hot up there though because you're just exposed. So next up is Rottnest Island. Rottnest Island is a little island just off the coast of Perth, and it was one of the best places that we've seen. We actually went in the winter and it was sunny.
It was perfect.
It was so sunny, it was a bit windy. It wasn't quite beach weather, but we did so much cycling around the island, and some of the beaches there are almost the best beaches I've ever seen, and the water's so blue, it's amazing.
It's so lovely.
They've also got little animals called crockers, which are little like, almost, what even are they? They're like little rodents.
Little rodents, we've got one over there.
We've got a toy crocker now.
But they're so cheeky, aren't they?
They're known for actually smiling. And if you look at the
picture.
If you look at the pictures we got with them, they're actually smiling.
Yeah.
Which is so funny.
Aren't they meant to be one of the most happiest animals?
Yeah, they are.
On Earth. They're really nice. Rottnest Island's beautiful. We always said if we went back there, which we will, we'll go in summer so we can go on the beach, do some snorkeling. We won't do the cycling
exactly.
next time.
We'll probably get a bike. We won't do the whole. Like, we cycled the whole island.
We did, and it was good.
It was amazing, yeah.
But you can get the hop on and hop off bus as well.
True. But yeah, get some pictures with the crockers. They're so funny.
And you can also stay on Rottnest Island, which would be a cute little date idea or anniversary. I think that would be really nice.
Yeah, it looks amazing to stay there.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one is Freo. That's what they call it, Freo.
Fremantle.
Fremantle. This is it a town?
Yeah, well, it's a suburb, but
yeah, it's a suburb.
But it's basically its own town.
Yeah, it's its own little place. We actually went a few times. One, we went to the Freo prison, which was really cool to do.
Good, yeah,
cool little
good.
date idea. There's lots of history around that prison and to do with the English convicts as well. So definitely check that out.
The whole of Fremantle's quite historical.
It's quite historical, isn't it?
Fremantle was there before Perth.
Really?
Yeah.
It's really lovely. They've got loads of little coffee shops and lunch places, bars, and they have the Freo markets, which are really cool.
That's good, yeah, they're good.
Gave me like Melbourne Victoria Market vibes. I did my half marathon in Fremantle, and they also have a beach as well.
Yeah, Beavers Beach.
Beavers Beach.
That's nice.
It has a little beach bar if you want to do that in the summer with your friends, which is really nice.
Yeah.
I would live there if it
I would
wasn't.
as well, to be fair.
I would definitely live there if I could get a job there.
There's quite a lot of backpackers and stuff there. They've got a brewery. I hate that word. I can't say it. How do you say brewery? They've got a I can't say. I hate that word, man.
Stop saying that
How
word.
do you say it?
Brewery.
So we always do one bad thing about a place. Perth was actually hard to find one bad thing because we liked it so much, but if we were to choose one thing, it would be its isolation. It is one of the most isolated major cities in the world, and yeah, you don't really feel it when you're in the city because it's quite busy, but
Don't feel it at all.
no. When you leave Perth though, there's, apart from beaches up the coast, there's no other towns or anything really. Well, there's towns, but not any other cities.
Yeah.
It's not like the East Coast where Sydney's a 1 hour flight from Melbourne and Brisbane. It's all very close.
But Bali is 3 hours away.
Yeah, that's one of the positives. It's a lot closer to Asia than a lot of the other Australian cities.
And a lot closer to home.
There is lots of cool road trips you can do. You can go to places like the Pinnacles Desert, Margaret River. So there's definitely good trips you can do, but isolation from other cities is quite far away.
Yeah.
But it's not really an issue, to be honest. It's just
definitely not.
If we had to choose a bad thing, that'd be it.
When should you visit Perth? Well, I would probably recommend doing summer there because...
You would?
Well, your friend Preston came out in summer.
True,
and
actually.
It's like a holiday.
Yeah. Summer is amazing. It's very hot.
It's very, very hot.
Like, you could expect it to get into the 40s quite a lot of days. Well, summer is December, January and February. I would say just before summer and
like
just
October,
after. Yeah.
November time. And can I say summer in Perth when you don't have air conditioning?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Lethal.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, I enjoyed going to work. It was that hot.
Yeah, but it was worth it.
It was worth it.
It was worth it. I would do anything for that weather right now. So where should you stay if you visit Perth? So Perth does have some good hostel options. One of the best hostels is Hostel G. It's quite expensive. I had some friends that stayed there and I went in and had a look, and yeah, it's pretty nice. One of the best hostels I've seen, actually. We stayed in a couple of hostels because we had to at the end for the last couple of weeks before we left. We stayed in the Kangaroo Inn, which was pretty decent. We then stayed at Britannia on William, which is in Northbridge,
It's a shithole.
a bit of a shithole. Actually, no, it wasn't that bad. The room was alright.
The kitchen would get cleaned, and then within a few hours, it was disgusting.
Yeah.
And people have got no manners in there either. Just gross.
Yeah, we did post a video on this, so
Oh, we did actually, didn't we?
put it there.
It was not nice.
But if you're on a budget, it's not terrible, is it?
Okay, so how long should you stay in Perth? Now, People will have mixed opinions about this because there's not any main, you know how Sydney has that opera house? It's not like a main thing that you want to see in Perth, is there? A lot of people do miss out Perth on their itinerary in Australia. I recommend not to miss it off. You should go, and if you do go, a week is fine.
One thing I wouldn't expect is to be going there and doing loads of crazy activities. It's just a very laid back place. If you like chilling on the beach, going for amazing hikes and walks and just the lifestyle, you could do, well, we did 9 months there and didn't get bored once.
No.
It just depends what you're after. Don't expect to go there and be doing loads of crazy stuff.
No, it's more boring here.
Oh yeah.
Way more boring.
Way more. I'm happy sitting on the beach all day or sitting in the park having like a picnic.
And we used to go to the pool, didn't we? There was an outdoor pool literally right next to our home.
Cycling.
Yeah, cycling. If you do want to do something crazy, you can do a skydive on Rottnest Island.
Yeah.
And we went swimming with sharks.
Yeah, we went swimming, whale watching.
That's what you can do in Western Australia. You can go cage shark diving.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely don't miss it out on your list because it is so beautiful, it's so lovely. And obviously you've got the whole West Coast to do anyway. If you're doing like the West Coast trip, you're obviously going to go to Perth.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to give our ratings on Perth. I'd say like 9.8. There's always...
What's the 2%?
Well, there's always room for improvement.
I give it a 10, and we'll see you soon, Perth, because we'll be back next year.
Yes, Perth will be back. We're going to do a full year there, hopefully.
Well, hopefully more than 1 year.
Hopefully we can stay there, but...
If anybody's listening.
Yeah, sponsor us.
Sponsor us or just subscribe.
Just subscribe, man. Get us big. That's our plan anyway. It's the only place in Australia where we could actually see ourselves living fully.
Anyway, that is the end of our Should You Visit Perth video. That's it for Australia, isn't it?
Yeah.
However, we will be moving on to the next country, so stay tuned for that. But we hope you enjoyed this video today. Be sure to check out our other Perth videos because there is a few on there.
Yep.
We have a playlist that you can put on to really get you thinking about if you do want to come to Perth or maybe live in Perth. It might be useful. Be sure to subscribe. And we will see you in the next video.